It's third time in Germany with Depeche Mode, isn't it?
Oh, third time. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Sorry. All right, and did you enjoy it?
Yeah, so far we've only done one show so far here, which was Berlin last night, and that was very, very good. Before that we were in Scandinavia and Belgium, Holland, and all the shows have been sold out and been going very well.
What do you think about the people who came to the concerts?
They were great, actually. In Sweden we were spoiled, really. The audiences were so very, very warm, and you know, for the first gigs that were in Sweden, because we hadn't played for a while, when you're a little bit nervous the first couple of gigs, and they were very good and they helped. And Berlin yesterday was very, very good. Usually Berlin's very cold and people would just stand, but everyone was joining in and it was good fun.
Yeah. I think one of your members is speaking German. Is it Martin?
Yeah. He speaks, he has in England an A level in German, which enables him really to speak quite fluent German.
I see. And what about your concerts? How many times did your roadies need to build the stage? Do you know that?
How many times did?
How many hours do they need to build the stage?
Oh, I see. Well, the crew bus is here already. That they travelled last night from Berlin. They travel overnight every night. And they sleep on the bus, and they arrive in the morning at around 9, and they set up, and then we come and sound check at 4. So it takes to put the lights up, put the set up, quite a long while to get it all right, the sound right, and then when we come we do a sound check for about an hour, and then we'll go and eat, the support band a sound check, and then we go back to the hotel to have a shower.
Andrew Fletcher. Andrew, it's the third time you're in Germany. Do you like it?
Oh yeah, I mean we always like Germany. We just come back from Italy and, well, anything's better than that. Pardon? Oh no, we was in Italy about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was just hell.
Yeah. Right, what about...
Just TVs, it was hell, so...
Yeah. Have you done a TV series here with the TV, like Tele Illustrator or something like that?
We haven't done any televisions in Germany for quite a while. Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago was the last TV we did.
Are you going to go to get one before Hamburg, before the concerts in Hamburg?
I think we got one, but I don't know what it's called. That's in I can't remember. But it's only, I think it might be only a small local TV.
Yeah. What do you think? I think Construction Time Again is really popular in Germany and it's better sold than in England. Do you think that Indicott is a good label for doing all that things on it? From you?
Well, it seems to be a good label. We get on well with the with everyone there. I mean, it's done about the same in England, really, in comparison. Like, for instance, it's gone gold in England. You know, so the only thing is the German album market is much bigger than the English album market. So that's why, although we've sold more records in Germany, in actual comparison, it's probably about the same.
You know, Alan Ryder wrote some things on the album, and he wrote that brilliant B-side of Loving Itself. It's called Fools. You like it?
Oh yeah. The only thing is that when we was compiling the album, that was one of the songs considered, but we didn't really think it fitted in lyrically with the running of the album, so that's why we didn't put it on the album.
Was it just the only reason?
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's basically a love song, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we felt we wanted to have an album with like a certain running concept, so we didn't think it fitted in lyrically.
What about the other albums? You've done the Broken Frame one just with Dave and Martin, did you? The Broken Frame, the album, you've just done it with Dave and Martin, yeah?
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's just... No, sorry, I thought you just said Dave and Martin did it. Yeah, it was...
What Dave Martin?
Just, yeah, the three of us.
Yeah.
Without Alan. And, you know, looking back, you know, we could have done with Alan, really, because he's a very, very good musician, and it's a great help to us, because I think we're only really average musicians, you know, and having a really good musician sort of like brings your standards up.
Do you still like Vince Clarke, which was one of the first members of Depeche Mode?
What do you mean, do I still like him? What, as a person or music?
As a person, and maybe as a music too.
Oh yeah, I really like him as a person. You know, he was my best friend for years and years, so can't dislike someone. He's never done any harm to me. I still get on well with him now. And I'm not so sure about the music, you know. I don't really like the Assembly single. It's very commercial, but I just think it's like too MRR really, for me anyway.
What about, what do you think about the Assembly at all? What do you think about the idea of putting one guest singer on every new single?
Well, it's a good idea, you know. I mean, I think Vince realises he can't really sing. He's got quite a good voice, but he just hasn't got a good lead voice. So, I mean, I don't think he wants to get in a position again, like, you know, just having one singer. I think it gets too much like a band. So, that's probably why he's doing it. It's quite a good idea in theory.
Did Vince try to get back to the Depeche Mode too?
Oh no, we wouldn't have him.
Never. And he never asked for?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't think, you know, there's no chance, you know, because we wouldn't have him back. Because Alan's too, we're so friendly with Alan, you know, Alan's rooted now. And we don't need Vince.
Alright. The person I'm speaking now to is Mr. Martin Gore. Martin, my first question is, have you done on the first album a few tracks too? Have you done have you written a few tracks with what's his name? Here's a Vince, yeah.
Not really. Even in those days we used to write individually, but I did used to collaborate with him, you know, on his ideas. Now he'd come to our rehearsals with the words and the sort of the chords, and maybe sometimes a bass line, sometimes not. And me and Vince used to work together and work out like the riffs and things like that, you know, of the early songs.
What do you think? I think that situation when one of the most important person at that time is going out of the band and everybody everybody said to you, come on, Martin, now it's your turn to write the songs, or did you say, okay, I'm going to try to write songs?
No, we knew that Vince was going to leave, you know, a good 6 months before he actually did. So, you know, we'd already discussed the situation that was going to arise, and we'd prepared for it. You see, I already had about 4 or 5 songs written, and you know, we didn't really think about it too much because we'd had it planned for so long. We just sort of went ahead and straight into the studio and like recorded a new single and just carried on from there.
My private most best songs are Shame and I Shouldn't Have Done That for me, because the lyrics are really brilliant. Have you got any songs you like mostly of one of the albums?
I've got a few favourites, and I like Shame, I like Everything Counts, and I like See You. I think they're my favourites.
Yeah. And what about nowadays? You've written nearly all songs on the Construction Time Again album, yeah? And have you? What was that feeling? I think Dave told me that you went into was it India? Yeah? You went India or to another place in the world where poor people were living, and he said you were really sad when you saw that. Is that right?
Sort of, yeah. It was like we went on a Far Eastern tour, and we visited places like Thailand, and it was, you know, sort of really it was sort of sad in a way.
Okay, Alan, my first question is, you are the member of Depeche Mode who came into the band last. Have you got this feeling that the band likes you from the first moment and that you're a whole member? Because at first you were just doing a tour with them, I think.
Well, obviously at first when you join a band it takes a little while to get to know everybody, but by now I've been in the band, 2 years, and we all get on very well now, and I feel as much a member as everybody else, you know.
Okay, another question is, when the things with the limited editions began with that 12 inches of Get the Balance Right, at first they said they are limited at about 7,000 copies. I think now you can buy it in every record shop. How often else you want to? What do you think about it?
Well, I don't know exactly what happens over here in Germany. This is down to Intercord, and it's not really what we would do. In England, they're just a limited edition, and that was the end. But in Germany, I think the record company, they probably want to cash in and make as much money as possible. So it's very difficult for us to keep control over what Intercord do here. But I think in England we will probably re-release all the special 12 inches as a set again, maybe for Christmas, just so that people can buy again if they missed out the first time.
Yeah, I see, but you know how high the limitation was of that 3 maxi version? How high limited they were?
I don't know exactly.
Alan, you have written the B-side of Love in Itself, which is called Fools. I think that this song is one of the best ones. Why didn't you bring it on the album?
The words of Fools don't really fit in with the words on all the other tracks on the album. And whilst the music was quite lively, it didn't really fit the whole theme of the album. So that's why it didn't go on the album.
Yeah, but I'm surprised that you don't play it live. I think it will be one of the best things between the old things with wins like Boys Say Go or things like that, which are a bit harder with fun, and then your track and maybe then a few tracks from Construction Time Again, so people can see maybe a little history or a little sense between you.
Well, we feel that when we've recorded an album, we want to promote that album most of all, and so we play all of the album. And then after that, we play whatever else we can fit in, like old hit singles and, you know, dance tracks. And obviously when you're picking songs for a live set, it will always be songs you have to leave out because there's too many to play everything. So, you know, it's very difficult to pick a live set. But the most important thing is to promote our latest album, really, because we've been in Germany last year and we played older songs there and before that. So, you know, maybe when we go to other countries that we've never been to, then we incorporate some more old stuff.
Let's say, what about other copies of that limited editions? Do you think Martin told me that the next thing is coming out about February, March. Do you think that there will be a new limited edition with the new songs?
I don't think so. Possibly. We have recorded live songs from English tour, but we don't know whether we will release any more limited editions like the other ones.
The last tour, you mean in London? That one, what is going on now, yeah?
That's the same as what we're playing here. Same songs, the new album. Because all the other live tracks on the other special editions was from the tour before, in '82. But I don't know, maybe we will do something different this time, because I think everyone is very used to that limited edition now, and so it's time to change maybe, but we don't know what we will do.
Right. What do you think, is there a bit difference between the people who've seen your show in '82 and that people who've seen it in '83?
Not a big difference. Obviously those people who came, hopefully, are still coming now. They've grown up a little. And also I think we have some new fans. I notice in Germany the fans are a lot more varied. There's young and there's more older people as well. And lots of different types of people in Germany. It's a slightly more varied audience here. Whereas in England it's still quite a young audience. But it hasn't really changed that much, no.